Hey you guys, it's MJ from Alta Love. How are you? I felt like going live. I've just gone live like a little bit earlier than what I said on Instagram, but that's okay. I felt like going live and talking about the new moon today and sharing any intuitive insights that I'm getting. So it's like we're really moving into this like great turning point, although there's a similarity, there's a theme. The themes of us continually stepping into our power, continually choosing, continually shedding old density, old paradigm, letting go of like systematic oppressive imprints, continual like rising as well. So more and more mass pockets of the human collective are like rising into their power as far as like not tolerating aspects of darkness and corruption anymore. So I'm hearing that there's something about the war cycle on this planet, that the light is being shone into the war cycle. It's connected to oil, and it's connected to power, control, domination. Obviously, on that perspective of separation, that's ultimately what the rising is more and more and more, larger and larger pockets of humanity are awakening to their power, seeing through the veil, and honoring the fact that they've been enslaved, that they've given their power externally, and that that power has actually been smoke and mirrors, you know, lying about intention, lying about just the truth. So as that lie is sort of exposed en masse, that is like the trigger point for a mass collective, different mass collectives all around the world to awaken to the truth of their power, and then to also be having the awakenings where they begin to see through the veil of the matrix, as it were. Morning, Nestor, how are you? So straight up, I was actually gonna do this unlisted. The reason I'm looking down is like to stay in the channel rather than getting too distracted with your awesome comments and stuff. This is not normal for me. I don't often get numbers, but 7 is a big number this month, as is 11. So that's telling me that today, 11/11, the 21st as well. Those are significant days for this month as far as having energetic gateways open for an access to the cosmos, as far as aligning ourselves with the cosmos, aligning ourselves with our galactic universal origins. There's a lot of remembrance now happening in our auric fields, as far as remembering our origins as star beings. So some of us could be having increasing memory and or a feeling of being surrounded by our family, soul family, like as far as, hey Saja, as far as like, so when I'm having to continually process a lot of deep density or dark density, just density, that's enough of that. I usually feel the presence of these beings around me. They're light beings. They're obviously safe. They don't make me feel frightened. And then actually some will assist in the healing, in the removal of certain energetic densities, entities, attachments. Hey, well done for voting in America today, you guys. My heart just went like, ugh. So increasing unrest and instability in America. Now that is going to affect all of us, certainly here. A lot of European countries are actually one at the beginning of revolution. Some have already gone through it. Some it is beginning. So we are headed into full economic collapse. Look, what am I saying? Why am I saying that? Is it true? I'm not sure. We can't see it on the physical yet, but I've probably mentioned this already. But it's like, if you imagine that system, the bottom's already fallen out. The system's economic system is already destabilizing. But again, it's all good because there are, again, movements and people pioneering and inputting the transactional new currency. And so we as beings are, you guys know this already, but we are already operating in the fifth and higher dimensions, a lot of us. So the infusion of idea of new economy is really just how we are as beings. Once we've transcended and gone through the awakening ascension process, there is a natural harmonic frequency of exchange that we're feeling into, and this is what's going to help to lead others into the one, transforming all the fear that they're carrying in their beingness, and then two, remembering what it means to be in harmony with your reality, right? Not in conflict. That's in essence actually all that is happening in the awakening and in the healing of humanity, is that we are remembering the unity. And that's something I'm experiencing in my personal life, and it might be something connected to the macro as far as can you guys, I got just this little vulnerability that my cleverness would not want to admit, but macro, micro, which is which? You guys, one of you could probably tell me. Macro is the smaller, micro bigger, or micro smaller, macro bigger? You know what I mean, right? So like whatever, so there's been huge pattern breaks in this reality for me. And then there's a whole bunch of stuff going on with the female micro small. Thank you, Sergio. So all of us, what we're dealing in a micro is happening on some level in the macro, right? So like calling out corruption, well, that ultimately, and in that we're being, I'm getting like ramped up. We're getting this kind of inner momentum to keep going, and that's something that this is brand new to me, but really expressing myself honestly with people and being like, why did you do that? That was mean behavior. Or why would you treat me like that? That was poopy. Or like, and not being afraid of the judgment, the worry, not being afraid of the kickback, not being afraid of the further rejection or the further like hate or whatever, just literally standing proud and being like, no, thou shalt not pass, unless you tick some boxes, kind of thing. And also I think something that is shifting for the collective is that we are beginning to honor the depth of the work, and then embody greater patience with it, embody a greater sense of ease with the fact that like we're just gonna have to dig in, you guys. And that whole American dream thing of like chasing recognition or chasing fame or like, I don't know, chasing anything that we were sold when we were little is a piece of shit. Chasing, I am important in the world, chasing power of any kind, chasing recognition of any kind. It's all fucked, basically. So now we're just like, okay, you guys, there's like a whole bunch of crazy shit happening. What are we gonna do? And if anything, my practice in the Fearless Life Guide is, okay, I gotta practice loving the shit out of myself. Like, actually, what a great expression. Love the shit out of yourself. So the more you love yourself, all that loving vibration basically transforms all your density, so like all the sticky shit, and it transforms it and makes it lighter and makes it more like, oh, look, it's not shitty at all. It's love vibration all over the niche. Okay, and that's the moment. I think that's it for today, you guys. There were some pretty juicy nuggets in there. We're here, November 7th. Happy new moon. And I think really we're letting go. We're letting go of the shitty patterns. We're letting go of like, and I think that's the simplicity for me, is actually standing in my truth and expressing what I mean is enough to be like, and okay, we're not inviting that energy in. We're not going to invite deceptive, manipulative, mean. We're not going to invite, or just unstable, inconsistency, instability, like whatever it might be, mind games, we can really let go of a lot of that stuff now. And oh, hello. hello, cheeky. We can let go of a lot of that stuff now and just be free. So this next wave is really about a continuing sense of freedom across the collective, greater love in a more unifying sense. Oh, interesting as well. Like, I know I'm not into twin flames or anything, but I'm seeing that there's a lot of inner union happening. So a lot of divine union happening, which just means more beings coming into greater balance, which of course does on some level mean that like unions are happening. So partnerships, romantic or business. And these partnerships and whatnot are really helping to lift one another up. This is like the next level manifestation in new paradigm communities and co-creation of a sacred harmonic frequency. It's like we know deep in our beingness this is what we're here for. And our galactic kind of brothers and sisters, our galactic support is here, like fully. That's good, isn't it? Yay. The spaceships are landing, everybody. You guys have a great idea. Have a great idea today, you guys. It just fucking be awesome because you know you already are. Serge, you know it. And I think that's it, you guys. Have an awesome new moon. Go be badass ritual masters. And I look forward to speaking to you, seeing you tomorrow at some point. Peace out, you guys. 11:22. Boom, boom, boom. Enjoy. Happy new moon, brothers and sisters.